Spora is an immersive video that explores the duality between the various stages of the growth of a tree with a simplified view of the evolution of architecture. The 3D modeling, texturing, lighting, and most of the camera work will be completed in Autodesk Maya 2011. Transitions between the different architectural styles will be achieved by deconstructing each building into dozens of fractures, exploding outward. These fractures will disperse into particles and then transition into building pieces of the next architectural stage. The fractures will then reconvene into new buildings. This process will be achieved using a hybrid of Maya to create the fractures, as well as Adobe After Effects to create smooth transitions between particles and building fracture. Spora begins with a vast, barren, desolate landscape, void of any signs of humanity. Seeds are fluttering around the sky. One seedling, in particular, is followed until it nestles into the dry soil. It begins to grow, bringing new color to a desaturated landscape. Beyond the plant, mud huts start to rise out of the ground, marking the beginning of the first stage of architectural development. A bird's eye view reveals multiple huts. Our focus is back down to the plant. It is the beginning of a new stage. The plant is now bigger and has more leaves. Stone buildings rise out in the background, which is now our focus. A storm begins to form. It rains very hard, droplets splashing off of the leaves. As the next stage begins, the plant appears with even more leaves and branches extending out from it. In the background, which quickly becomes the foreground, columns and archways are built up from the ground. An overhead shot reveals the new landscape. Our focus is pulled back to the plant, the warm sun shining down on it. The final stage begins with snow gently fluttering to the ground. Cold, large, modern buildings are erected. The focus is now brought back to the plant. All of the buildings around the plant collapse, symbolizing the end of an era. The plant is now the only entity left, standing in a vast, barren, desolate landscape.